Hello everyone, my name is Lanto90 and welcome to Let's Play Planet Coaster. For you, no time has passed since the last videos have come out. For me, it's been a long time since I've recorded, actually. Just a lot of stuff's been going on. It's been very busy. But I managed to keep up a big enough backlog that there wasn't going to be a gap, really. Just going to do challenge mode. The career mode is kind of weird in this game. I don't know how much you guys might have seen of this game so far. But the career mode is like... well, everything about this game is actually way too easy. Like all these first level missions were incredibly easy. This one was a little bit more tricky just because of the amount of time you'd have to put into it, because it wanted this scenery rating for the entire park to be really high, and there's not really a way to do that without just spamming a bunch of the same object over and over. But we'll do challenge mode instead. I've only made one so far. I think I did Judicious area, or did I do the Alpine? Can't remember which one I did. I think it was Alpine, actually. I think I will do the Judicious. Yeah, we'll put the difficulty on hard. I think my last one was on medium, and it was really kind of too easy. What should I name the park? I had a great one for the last one. I don't want to repeat the name though, because then I have two saves that are the same save name. It doesn't want to matter too much. John Cena's Adventure Park. Trumpets intensify. Doot 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 doot. This game is like a spiritual successor to Roller Coaster Tycoon games. I was never actually a big player of those, but I did see this game and it looked pretty interesting and fun. I'm not sure how much long-term fun it'll have for us, because with my last one, it did get to a point where it was kind of just too easy to make it through. Okay, let's see. Only challenge to start with. These challenges auto-generate as we go here. Achieve ride rating of 200. I don't know if that's easy or hard to get. I've never had a ride rating mission before. We'll start by making some pathways. They're all the same cost. I'm just wondering what style I might like most. Kinda like that. Like that though. I'll go with this one. Pull it in just a little bit here, but maybe I can build in some roller coasters, or probably not roller coasters because the space is limited back here. Some smaller things to put in back there. And now let's make like a square for the center of our park here. This grid on just to make things snap a little bit nicer. I have $4,000, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot laying down like a huge starting area. I'm just going to put down kind of what we need, and enough to make it to the square area in the middle. Will make sense in the long term. I'm actually not even going to complete this square yet. Try out a little bit more that way. We'll start with our two basic rides here. Well, we have 6 to select here, but I'm just going to grab the cheapest 2, basically. Just to get us started here, earning money. Not going to do anything too fancy yet. This is, what's the name of this ride? Whirly Rig. People go crazy for this ride for some reason, even though it's like the cheapest little baby ride there is, but people love it. I'm gonna rotate it to face this way, just because the ticket guy is in that direction. That's where I'm gonna put the entrance. Should be far enough away from the sidewalk, but we have to make queue lines and stuff. Place the entrance over here. Place the exit as close as it can get to the road. Entrance. let's use this. No, I want to say that for the priority pass path, actually. This one for the regular road, and we'll use the orange one for the priority pass. Priority pass is something we'll get later, which just allows people to skip the line if they spend some extra money for a priority pass. Do something like this. That obstructed. I guess I just can't do it like that. Be too sharp of a turn. We'll do that. And the exit has to get connected, so we'll use the sandstone again. That. And then when we get the priority pass, we'll just connect it right in here. People can skip the line if they pay some extra money to do so. Our second ride, we'll just start with 2 for now. Go with the teacups because they're the next cheapest thing. They also sell surprisingly well as well. Okay, something like this. It does say the front's on the other end, but I'm not sure if that's true or not. Doesn't matter ultimately. And put it out. Entrance over here. Exit down here. Then this path out. Have to turn this grid on. The angle sap should work, but might as well try to get in the habit of using it just to make things line up nicer. At least when I can. Sometimes it's not gonna. Aligned, but it'll do the job. Entrance. Same thing here. Okay for these to get close together. I don't exactly want them to connect, but oh, we should actually loop it like we did here to extend how much of the track people can line up in. There we go. A little bit ugly, but I did this for a reason. Designed these paths going out in this direction, so they're both entrances are on the same side here. Because all these rides, they have a queue rating, which is based on the scenery around the queue. So if I put them next to each other like this, they can share the same queue rating. Won't have to go overboard spending money to make the queue nicer. Now, I figured out the trick to making queues look really good, both on paper and visually. So, these speakers, people go absolutely wild for these speakers. They're only $10 to put in. I think they're like $1 a month or something. So they're extremely cheap, but so you just put in some of these ambient speakers here. On this ride, they're already 52% of the way there. See, most people, they struggle because, even I was struggling with this too. They just take these little pieces here in this list and just put them in there and add them and add them and add them. And you'd put like 50 things down and the queue rating would still be shitty. Can help a little bit more by using these blueprints that kind of combine. They're combinations of all the smaller pieces. So they don't tell you for some reason. They tell you that you should use those to make things look a lot nicer than by doing it the old-fashioned way, but they don't tell you that. Now they're at 100%. Very little work. Put in trees. Trees don't really help much, but with the actual rating, I do like to put them in, because otherwise the park is extremely barren, and in this game mode at least, because you just have this big flat area of land that doesn't seem very logical, so it kind of helps add a little bit of realism to it. Even though we didn't actually need those trees for those. Last few things we need, particularly from scenery, is we're going to need bins. They'll all do the same thing. That's just if you want a different kind of style or not. I'm gonna see if I do want a different style. I'm just gonna go with the regular park bin. Uninspired, but the job done. Basically, we want these by the exits to the ride so people can barf into them. And we also would like some benches. I've noticed, and I haven't seen many people do this before, but I was noticing that people, right after they get off the ride, they want to try to sit down too. I bet that helps a lot with people puking. I am going to put those benches down. I think we should at least do... not these blueprints, because it's really expensive. Maybe we don't need a bathroom yet. Be able to wait on that, actually. Same for first aid, surprisingly, because I think that's mostly to deal with people... weirdly, it's to deal with people vomiting, not getting hurt. Sorry, people are gonna... have been messaging me a lot today. Last couple things we need to do here. We only have a couple rides. We need a janitor. Need a mechanic. Just to hold down the fort. There you go. Should be able to charge a little bit more than base value on these. For now, it's like $5. I think by default they're they can be adjusted up without any problem. Turn the speed on. Let it run. I haven't played it on hard, so we'll see how much that changes things. I don't think the game is updated yet. They did say there's going to be an update to make challenge mode more hard, because the game is like way too easy right now. It was pretty early in to where I was earning infinite amounts of money and I'd never have trouble keeping my park alive. You can see already people just pour in. We don't have any advertising going or anything. Built these rides and we already have crap tons of people pouring in. So it's not really a hard game. And then as you get more and more rides, you just earn more and more money, and it's almost never a reason to actually take out a loan. I know some of the YouTubers I was watching, they are taking out loans, but not really a reason to do that. Other than just to speed things up. Because we should just make a profit just with these two rides. Yeah, you can see we're already making a profit down here. Not a huge profit. But if we just leave it on speed 3 and wait for some money to roll in, it'll be fine. Probably add like 2 more rides and then we'll add our park amenities. Right now there's just no reason for people to stay. Which is a problem, but also not really something we can help right now. Next cheapest is the Venetian Carousel. I don't think it sells very well though. Kind of a trap. Wild Blue does sell really well though, so we will do that. Cola also sells pretty well. There's a research project for more rides. Okay, not quite comfortable making that purchase yet. There's no park rating change. Click these rides, you can see what people think about it. They're saying it's very good value and they're not waiting that long to get on the ride. Not queuing that long. They also said it looks fast. But with this information, we can say, okay, people don't like how long the line is, and they also think it's a good value. Well, the way to fix the problem, and the way to make the benefit go away, is just to raise the price. And we earn more money, might turn more people away, so the queue won't be as bad. They already think it's a good price, so it's unlikely that raising the price will make them think it's a bad price. We won't do the same for teacups, though, because it doesn't seem like it's doing quite as well. You're not earning as much this month. Why is that? 2 more rides. I'm not queuing that long. Let's say teacups 1 is a good value. Get it up to 6. And it kind of skyrocketed and then kind of plummeted again. Take out one to make sure I can build this right. I have enough money to build it. It's a question of will the building the queue throw us over. I think we can manage it now. Particularly with our trick of press the button and I got a more complicated movement system than I wanted, but okay. Not really that well tuned to the controls. It's not really a step-by-step tutorial, it kind of just throws everything at you all at once. Need enough room so that the oh, that's the way to get back to normal mode. Need more room here so that the priority pass queue will fit later. Entrance. Sit. Good. Change the selection on the grid. That grid. That won't work. The thing was, I wanted to make it straight for this bottom part of the queue, and I wanted this one to be straight from the building, but it doesn't quite work out that way. Hopefully, one who's OCD like I am isn't going to be too upset by how like this line is a little bit leaning in this way. Fortunately. Main thing I think is to make these main paths be straight. I think that's probably the most important thing. Open. And get these dumb speakers in there. People only have $600, that's why I was a little bit concerned of whether or not it would be enough money to actually build this thing or not. Even though on paper we had enough. If you count in building the roads. On that note, I might throw in extra speakers. Just so that people are impressed enough by the speakers alone, and I don't have to put more expensive scenery down. Yeah, 100%. All we did was put down little $10 speakers. And then just to make it not look hell. And then these pretty trees. That one's a little bit too big. Go like hell. Not very thematic at all, but gets the job done. Care more about the job than anything else. Hopefully between these benches and trash cans, people will not vomit everywhere. This is a more vomit-inducing ride. Challenge complete. Achieve a ride rating of 200. So I guess we did that. However that you do to make that happen, we made it happen. Roller coaster with airtime of at least two sections of airtime. That's interesting. I've seen it say 2 seconds of airtime as well. Two different things, I guess. Alright. The teacups queue is getting a little lower. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I need to lower the price on it. See, this one's queue is really good, though, so... Also need to rename these rides so they're not cringy. I don't know what to name them, though. Let's see, this one's... it's a flying ride. I want to do some kind of pun on Icarus. I can't really think of anything. But I will call it Marty McFly. This one, the pirate squid thingy ride for babies. A whirly rig. More like that word in my head didn't look as bad as it ended up being typed. More like whirly brig. The brig with the teacups, Cinderella. Cinderella. Oh, Sue. Trademarked, copyrighted, etc., etc. Bringing the price up on this again. One more ride. I think I'll be comfortable putting down our amenities. Was 1,700. I don't trust the Venetian carousel as far as I can throw it. So, I think we have enough to afford this ride, so we will build it. Cola. I did it again. Always do this. Really matter too much, I don't think. Here we go. Entrance over here. Is it there? Give these even more space. Out. Come down. Oh, excuse me. That. These aren't the longest queues in the world. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. People have had mixed opinions about whether long queues are good or not. Let's try to do something that seems medium-ish. Get our basics here. Bench. Can't do it plural, or it won't work. So one I think a lot of people throw up on too. Quite important to have our bins. Yeah, that so peaks. We need speakers. things are so good. Most of your time in this game will be spent decorating with scenery, unless you do this. So look at it. 84% of the way there. Normally, they have to put like 20 billion of these buildings down to you remotely make people happy about the ride. Kinda ridiculous. Is there anything that seems kind of fitting for a ride like this? Kind of more of a spooky ride. Not really. And doesn't fit the theme. Yeah, I'm spending some custom stuff. I don't think it'll be anything to fill out the happiness meter. It'll just these trees down so it doesn't look like hell. Then put down like one more speaker to finish off the actual rating of it. There we go. You are open. Instead of Psy-Cola, we'll call it Psych. Just JK. Ah, Psych, just JK. Queue's really long here still. People are upset about that. What? If you like that ride that much, you're gonna have to pay for it. Queue is also fuel. What? If you like the ride, you're gonna have to pay for it. Now that we have a few rides, keeping people in the park longer. Sorry that I'm misspeaking quite a bit here. Bit my tongue extremely hard in my sleep the other day. Bit my tongue extremely hard the other day in my sleep. And when I say extremely hard, like, I really mean it. It was really bad. There was blood. And I've never really gotten over it. It's been like a week or more. And yeah, it's just really, really bad. It hurts. And left it a little bit slightly bulging out. One spot. A little swollen in one spot. And even though it's almost unnoticeable in the mirror, it's like just enough that I'm constantly biting it again. Because it's a little bit too big and bite my tongue. And it's also making it a little bit harder to speak. Generally just not fun time. Here we go, we have our food court, also a first aid station and a bathroom station. Bathrooms are free, first aid's free. Food and stuff you gotta pay for. Now that people are here long enough to make use of it, I think that's fair. And we might do our first research now, too. We're making a little bit more. It does seem like hard mode is reducing our income a little bit. It's not overpriced, is it? Had a short queue there for a while. We can hike this one up again. That's the other thing, as your park gets more and more popular, you can just keep hiking the prices up and up and up. Making it even harder to actually have any chance of losing. Don't need to connect our square here yet. Because all the rides are on this side, all the booths are on this side, so if anything, we want them to have to go back and forth through the section right now. Later we'll want to connect it, otherwise there'll be too much traffic down here. So, that'll be it for this episode, actually. I hope you all enjoyed, and have a good day.